What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Justin here. As always, I appreciate you clicking on today's video. You can support the video, you can support the channel by liking and commenting down below. Have a look around, watch some of my other videos. If you dig the content, if you dig the videos, think about subscribing. We have a great time talking about movies over here. You guys have been really active in the comment section below, and I do respond to all my comments. A couple videos in particular have been really dicey as far as the comments, with super insanely passionate fans for and against certain projects. In particular, the Rob Zombie Monsters video has been wild to watch that comment section, and the Resident Evil videos. It's wild to watch how passionate people are for those properties. In particular, the Rob Zombie's Monsters movie. I never knew there was such a passionate crowd for the Monsters television show that's getting a reboot from Rob Zombie, but man, that comment section is wild. Anyway, feel free to drop your thoughts on anything I talk about in today's video, and we're going to be talking about Fear Street. Now, if this is your first time here, this is not the first time I've covered Fear Street. I've been talking about Fear Street for months now. I'll link those videos down below. I've basically covered every aspect of the show that I could possibly cover without seeing the shows, the history of the books, which books might be used in the television show, the background behind the show, who directed it, all that stuff. I'll link those videos down below so you can have a look at it. I am so excited. Today we're going to be talking about the ratings of the Fear Street movies. Now, there's going to be 3 movies. The first one premieres this Friday, July 2nd. But today we're going to be talking about the ratings of these movies, the MPAA ratings. And as of just a couple days ago, when we finally got the rating for 1666, they are all officially hard R rated horror movies, which is so good to hear. I know we're all adults here, and whether a movie's rated R or not, like, who gives a shit, really? But I think the reason that it's important is because of the fact that they could have made these really tame, kid-friendly, PG-13 style movies, and they didn't. They chose to go R-rated, I think because they know the majority of the fans that will be the most excited about this will be people who probably grew up in the era of the books and know the books, and that audience has aged up, and they know they're dealing with the mature audience. So I'm really excited to see that all 3 of them are rated R. Netflix Fear Street Part 3, 1666, gets its own R rating for strong violence and gore. We're going to break down all of these movies, starting with number 1, Fear Street Part 1, 1994. That's the one that's going to be premiering this Friday on the 2nd. What's the date today? It's June 28th, so few short days, 4 days away, and we'll be watching the first movie. I'll do a quick reaction probably right after I watch the movie, and then post like a full, like, in-depth review the next day probably. Directed by Lee Janiak and based upon the groundbreaking teen horror Fear Street books by R.L. Stine, Netflix's Fear Street Trilogy has officially been rated R, with the first 2 movies in the summer Spooky Trilogy event rated by the MPA last week. This week, the rating for Fear Street Part 3, 1666 is in, and yes, it's also rated R. Here's the full breakdown. Fear Street 1, 1994, rated R for strong, bloody violence, drug content, language, and some sexual content. No nudity. Where's the boobies at? That was regrettable. Fear Street 2, 1978, rated R for bloody horror violence, sexual content, nudity, drug use. Oh, there's a shout out to nudity. I'm an idiot. And language throughout. Now, Fear Street Part 3, 1666, that's the one I'm really excited for, because that's kind of the origin of all of the curse and everything around Fear Street and Shady Side. Will be rated R for strong violence and gore, language, some sexuality, and brief drug use. So the kids are probably smoking some doobies, things like that, hitting the ganj a little bit. But I don't know. I'll go ahead and link this article down below if you want to check it out. There's a nice cast listing, a little bit of background information on the show, but you can watch my other videos and find that stuff out as well. Now, I know that isn't a big update as far as the big picture of the show, but obviously I'm excited about this show, and any even tiniest little bit of news I'm going to cover on the channel, because I talk about what I want on here, and I want to talk about some Fear Street. So all R-rated. I'm hoping these possibly get some sort of physical release. I could see this getting a really cool box set that, you know, each individual movie looks like a book or something. I'm hoping that this gets a really cool physical media release. but I just don't know. So guys, let me know your thoughts on Fear Street. It's going to be premiering this Friday, July 2nd. I could not be more excited. They've all officially been rated by the MPA, and we now have an R rating, official R ratings for all of them, and kind of breakdown of the content that's going to be in each movie. So it's nice to know that they're rated R and they're not playing it safe with the PG-13 rating, which they very could have easily done. So sound off in the comments and let me know how excited you are about this. If you're excited about the Fear Street series as I am, I'm a big old nerd for these, and I can't wait. So guys, I think we're done here. I appreciate you. Stay weird, always be yourself, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies. I love watching them, and I love making them.